Hi everyone, just listening a bit of the yellow here, we'll just turn it down. Okay, you might see this on YouTube, Kickstarter, Davison.com, wherever you see it, it'll be pretty self-explanatory. My girlfriend came up to me today, not really, but this is how we're going to do the marketing, and said, if I had one of these lights, and actually let's have a look at what these lights are so we're on the same page. As you know, I've been getting into them, and you can always look at them at movementsensorlights.com. I said movementsensorlights.com, and they're sun-charged, LED, movement-activated, power-saving, indoor-outdoor, multi-purpose lights, and some with remote control. But they basically are this. Okay, it's a movement detector light that's usually used outdoors. We mount Velcro on them. Velcro there, we've got a Velcro charging stand outside. You put them on the sun for a day, come in here on your Velcro, boom, and you now have lit lights. And normally all the other ones are LED or batteries or USB charged, sorry, not LED, but USB charged or actually old-fashioned batteries, or now sun charged or solar, because we're going to use solar ones inside. And I think it's a good invention, and none of them come with a mounting system that, unless you're handy, like you know what a masonry drill bit is, for example, you can't mount them. In other words, if you were a 60-year-old lady who wanted LED lights and to be able to actually see her clothes and her food in the pantry, etc., you couldn't mount all the ones on the market are unmountable unless you know how to drill and plug holes with a masonry drill bit or a normal drill. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can't mount them. So we came up with the simple Velcro system. Unfortunately, Velcro even won't suffice. They stick on this all right, but the peel off Velcro just stuck on it will let go. It needs to be, this is cheap, and it needs to be put on different ways. And I've gone through every type of glue and every type of system, I think, and we've come up with the best one. And remember, the prices and all this and the videos are all at movementsensorlights.com. Yes, very classy ads. I know they're cheap and nasty, not just cheap. So anyway, the girlfriend comes up, imagine the girlfriend came up and she said, yeah, imagine if we could put one of these onto a baseball hat. Could you do that? And I actually did put one on the back of one the other day that comes on when it's dark and goes off when it's light, and it's a little one that sticks on the back, which might be another invention. But anyway, I said, well, oh yes, genius idea, darling. We just pull out the light and off one of these that don't cost me too much actually, and we pull out the light, then we pull out the power part, which is the photocell. We mount that on the top, so you walk around all day charging your light. Then I realised, but if you put that to that, you have light when it's light and dark when it's dark. So it could be the opposite. So then I realised you really do have to have a battery, and why not, if you're going to do all that, not take the motherboard complete with this movement sensor and an on-off switch. Because as people walk up to you, basically, you're going to blind them, which most kids are going to love. And if you stay still, someone walking up to you, when they get within about 2 meters power, they're going to be blinded. But there's going to be times where you probably don't want to blind everyone, so you'll have your switch on the side. So I said, what I would do, darling, and I started building it. And I arrow-dyed that on there by punching a hole. We've got the 2 wires coming out the back. So now basically that hat is lit. That will come on really bright if we put juice to it. So we put the solar top on the top and wires through, and yes, in the sun we have light, and in the dark we have dark. That's right. So battery has to be mounted. This charges it all day, and at night it powers the light. Brilliant. And then I thought, but there's nothing to tell it when the lights and all that's not going to work. So this is the motherboard out of one, and that would go, I guess, on that. And then I realised, actually, darling, you know how I would do this? I would call up someone who's good at it. In other words, if you want a website or solar lights, see me. if you want something, if you want a 737 flying, call my mate Ingo. If you want your hair done, call a hairdresser. If you want a technical thing like this made, prototype, I would call my pal Ari, best model plane builder I've ever met. And he knows me, he knows my quirks, shall we say. And so, imagine now you're Ari. Ari, Ian mate, yeah, enjoying Phuket. We're in contact on Facebook and that at times. Listen mate, you've been to movementsensorlight.com, I hope. So movementsensorlight.com, as you should know, is my new hobby, movementsensorlight.com. And you can have a look there all about these lights. They're magical things, and my idea was no one's using these indoor, they're using all these outdoor, and indoor they're using ones such as, where's a good example? Here's a good example. They're using ones such as this. There's a magnetic strip you glue wherever, this clips into it, and if it was dark it would go on. And this is quite a good light, but it's an old-fashioned battery job. So these days you would run it on 4 AAA rechargeable batteries. And we still will sell these because they're a great light, and there's thousands of them going now, because there's now, and I think there's one on my patio, one that is USB charged like your iPhone. And I suggest, before these came out, in fact, before another big light I'll show you in a minute came out, this is what I thought was the ultimate one. You stick this with, basically it won't stick with, they tell you to peel that off, stick it on your light, it won't hold it. We've come up with other ways, but basically they're a great light, and now there's a USB one. This one charges like your iPhone, so it's made them really cheap, and they're all over the net. You can get them for about 250 baht, it's about $7. They're usually about 19. So this is what you want, and this is where I thought we were going to stay, and I'll show you why. When you get to the website, you'll see that there's much bigger ones now with a remote control that we're going to sell mainly. But this is just to give you a background on making a baseball cap into one. So I want you to make a baseball cap into one of these, basically. And what you would do, or you could do much better than I, is I would send you a stack of these. I get them pretty cheap and well, and I'd want you to put them around your house as a gift, and then pull them apart. There's 4 screws in the back, and knowing you'll rip out the innards and know much better than I how to do it. And basically I should have just said, the reality is I would have said to my mate Ari, hey look Ari, you can salvage all the parts out of these things, could you make that one into a hat please? And it would come back all done. And Ari, 35 bucks an hour, just bill me, or I would go with it for a small percentage. I reckon this is possibly the best marketing idea I've had. So we're talking solar panel on the top, couple of wires running through to the same power board. You're better at me than this. So basically, if you're okay and you email me, I'll send you this vid. If you email me back and say you're fine with it, I will be sending you a box full of these, and please use them as I do and turn it into a baseball cap, and then that'll be the prototype that I'll submit to invention companies, or go to China, patent it and go to China and get 10,000 made, whatever. But every kid in the world's going to have one, and in America a lot of people collect baseball caps, and this will be the first blind your friend solar powered, as far as I know, baseball cap. And your battery hidden one side, probably sewn in, your motherboard with the sensor and the, as you can see, Ari's probably not quite this clumsy. Probably why it makes better model airplanes than me. Anyway, can you put that together please? It proves today that when I thought of it, and I think in fact it's going to be quite a simple matter for you to make quite a good one. And then we'll submit that to, as I said, we'll get them made in China, or we'll submit it to an invention company, and if we can patent it, people will have to pay a license to use the idea. And it seems like a no-brainer to me, really. You know, it's the ultimate light catcher, isn't it? You walk around all day, go to the baseball, everything's in sun, charging happily, and all night you can go around and blind your friends, or in fact use it for a non-nefarious purpose, and to maybe even light your way, shall we say, and not go around and blind your friends. I just have a feeling that, as I was a young boy one day, that will be its main function, like often flashlights are. But these are fun to play with, kiddies, boys and girls. You give them no light, they give you the light. You take the light away, and 15 seconds later, they go off. Enjoy, mate. As quickly as you can, let me know when it's ready. Maybe some pics, and we'll go to stage 2. But as far as I can see, turning one of them into one of them for you won't be that hard. And do your best. I used araldite because I use araldite for everything. If I could have velcroed it, I would. But araldite seems pretty good. That's 5-minute araldite. 5-minute araldite there, and just wire it up, I guess. These, and also one of the great things about this is I thought these were disposable. In other words, 3 to 5 years from now, you'd throw them away. But I found out if you take the 4 screws off, it's actually a battery case in here and can be just that replaced. So they're really eco now. I mean, you replace one, compared to even charging one of them every 3 to 5 years in a landfill, compared to 12 months times 4 batteries. So, 48 batteries if you use normal ones, and even recharges, obviously power from the sun is got to be better than power from anywhere else. As far as we're concerned, I'd say it's infinite. So anyway, thanks Harry if you want to do it. If not, suggest someone who you reckon could. I would do it, but it would be laughed at, as rough. And there's other guys, Chris, Ingo, many guys who could build this if you don't want to, but I think you can do it best. Okay, mate, take it easy. I don't think there's anything else other than these lamps are wonderful, and I might send you one of them too. Long story, I'm making a whole video about these excellent bedside lamps. They're battery, if you need them to be, because we have power blackouts, and they plug in USB to your wall or to your computer when you've got power. They're great. My sister-in-law wrote, best bedside lamp ever, and we'll see about that. So take it easy, and take care, and let me know as soon as you can. Thanks, man.